Why hello there! I didn't see you. Just kidding. I saw you. Today I'm going to talk about my new favorite country album ever, and it's called Magnolia by Randy HOUSER. Randy HOUSER has been around for a while, and I've always thought of his songs as okay. They're always just really fun bro country party songs, but then there were like some good ones. Some examples include Runnin' Out of Moonlight, How Country Feels, We Went. But when this album came out, I just really fell in love with every single song on it. It just like really caught me off guard and caught me by surprise. So the first song I'd like to talk about is called No Stone Unturned. I really love this song from the first moment I listened to it, like 4 months ago when it first came out. And I heard Randy HOUSER play an acoustic version of it on the radio the other day, and I fell even more in love with this song. And they did an interview with Randy HOUSER like during that radio performance, and he explained this song as it's about a lost man finding himself. And I think that is so true when you listen to the lyrics, and you can really feel it in every moment of the song. And it's something that I can really relate to because I've always felt like someone who is kind of lost in life, wandering around and trying to find myself through that. The sound of the song I really like. It has a really pleasant acoustic feel. It's very warm and inviting and accessible. I like how it references a lot of geographical locations. I feel like that makes it very country and very American and helps you visualize how he's traveling all over the country. Like he mentions Nashville, New Orleans, Colorado, LA, Memphis. My absolute favorite line is sidetracked in the Mississippi rain. Every time he says that, I'm like, that is so beautiful. I just imagine someone getting lost in a rainstorm. The ending line of the chorus is really funny to me. It's no stone unturned, no turn unstoned. I think it's a really creative use of wordplay. It reflects the title of the song, and I don't know, I just really like it because it's like, yeah, I'm exploring, I'm constantly pursuing these new experiences and meeting new people and going to new places. I'm always looking under every single stone to see what I can find. But then it like does that weird alliteration swap thing, no turn unstoned. So, you know, every turn he's going through, he is stoned, I guess. Or maybe like metaphorically stoned, like very open-minded and happy. That's how I think of it. The second song on the album is called Our Hearts, featuring Lucy Silvis. I just think this is a really beautiful, innocent love ballad. It's quite simple, yet it's really deep and powerful at the same time. I like the way their voices, the male voice and the female voice, bounce off each other, and it seems like they're singing to each other. I think it's a very happy and upbeat, at least for me, song that kind of reflects back on the past and has a little bit of nostalgia and longing, yet at the same time that powerful love feeling has carried on to the very present. So the third song is called What Whiskey Does, and I feel like this song has already become pretty popular. I feel like I'm hearing it on the radio and that it's a really big hit, and I totally get why, because it's just a really interesting take on the traditional partying drinking song. The lyrics themselves and the meaning behind them are very simple. He's just gonna drink whiskey and get drunk and see what happens. It's just about having a good time with whiskey or forgetting your bad time with whiskey. So that's very simple, but what I think is the standout component of this song is how it sounds. It just has a really unique swaying rhythm to it. It has a really nice, slick, groovy honky-tonk vibe that just makes you want to move along to it. And yeah, I think it has a really different, more traditional country sound than a lot of the other stuff you might hear on the radio. Another more fast-paced party song called Whole Lotta Quit. This is another one of those songs where the lyrical content is not really like revolutionary or mind-blowing. It's really just about partying. It's really about, it's the end of the workday, it's Friday at 5, let's just go crazy. But I really like that. I mean, sometimes all we want is a really lighthearted song. And I think it is a genre, like an archetype of country music. There's a lot of songs like this. I really love the rhythm and the sound of this song. I think it's really wild and fun and energetic and powerful. I like it so much better than that boring old bro country sound. This one's way more like southern rock, I would say. I've heard it described as swampy online, and I think that's because of the harmonica, which I really love in this song. There's a funny, like, super quiet section, which I guess is the bridge, kind of like 75% of the way in, and then it comes back suddenly, which is always really fun. Like, you think the song's over and it's like, nope, we're back. I just love these lines, like, I got a whole lot of quit in me, a lot of don't give a shit in me, the clock's about to hit 4:20, and I'll be smoking in a red hot minute. These lyrics sound so dumb, but I swear they're like so fun to sing along to. Coming from an intellectual. Alright, next song. The next song is called No Good Place to Cry. I wouldn't say that this is my favorite song, but I do appreciate it for various elements. It is a very sad and lonely song where, you know, he's wandering the streets and he has tears in his eyes and is trying to avoid all the strangers, and he's just looking around and feeling so anonymous and lost in this world, and he says there ain't no good place to cry. He feels like a societal outcast who just wants to be anonymous because that's how sad he is. I feel like the sound of it is very like gospel-y and soulful, which is a really cool sound. Now we are moved on to New Buzz. It kind of sounds like he got a new haircut. How I would describe this song is sensual and sassy and seductive. I feel like it has, he's almost like whispering the lyrics in a very sensual manner. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. But overall, it's very upbeat and energetic and powerful, and I think it has a really catchy hook in the melody, the way it goes, got a new buzz on, got a new buzz on, am I too far gone? I think it's just really catchy, the way that repeats. And a definite earworm. Hope that doesn't get caught in your ear. The next song on the list is called Nothin on You. And what I think is really funny about this song is that when you first hear the title, Nothin on You, you think that it's something very dirty and sexual, like, oh, she has nothing on her. But once you listen to the song, it turns out that it's just the most innocent, romantic, wholesome love song. And that's something I like about it, how it's kind of ironic and unexpected. I really enjoy this song, and I don't know if it's because I'm basic, but it's a pretty basic song, but it just sounds so good. It's really fun to sing along to, and it actually has just a really sweet message behind it. And I think it's kind of fun how it repeats the verse. It repeats verse 1 again, the same lyrics, verse 2, but it builds up the melody, so it almost feels stronger. The second time he says, my truck, my boat, my drink, my smoke, my old broken in boots, my old dog Blue. And then the way it finishes, I mean, I guess that's the chorus. Got nothing on you, everything I got nothing on you. That's just so beautiful. I really like it. The next song is called What Leaving Looks Like. And wow, what a sad yet powerful song. It starts out more sad, and I think it kind of builds up to an emotional climax because of the drums that come in after the first chorus. So the subject matter of the song is very sad also. It's about, I guess, falling out of love. Like, this guy sees that his wife is coming home late, and he's like, I won't ask you where you've been. You can't fool me, this ain't my first ride. And I feel like my favorite part that conveys the most emotion is, so come on and make it hurt, do your best to do your worst. Like, every time he sings that, I can feel the pain and the intensity. The next song is called High Time, and it is literally, I think, just about smoking weed. I don't think it's about anything else. I think it's just a really fun song. I find it really addicting to listen to. I love the harmonica. I think that's my new instrument crush, where every time I hear it, I'm like, wow, you're so beautiful. Alright, time for Mama Don't Know. I think this is just a super duper fun, wild party song. I really like it. I know it doesn't have too much intellectual value, but it's just so fun to listen to. It's really like powerful and rocky, as in resembling rock music, and sassy, and I kind of relate to it as a little bit as the subject of the song. It's about a girl who seems really, really innocent and wholesome on the outside, like just so perfect, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't stay out late, doesn't do anything because her mama told her so. But he says, I see a little bit of devil in them blue eyes. I got the feeling mama's baby's got a wild side. Like, I know your secrets. That's the only way I can describe the song. The penultimate song, I think I used that word correctly, is called Running Man. And this song is very interesting to me. I actually can't tell exactly what it's about. I feel like it's a highly abstract and an abnormally highly abstract song for country music. Country music tends to be very specific and grounded and has lots of concrete details. You know what's going on in a country song. It'll paint the picture for you. It'll have people doing actions and you know exactly what's going on, whereas I feel like other types of music can be more abstract, like even pop or folk, indie rock. Like sometimes I have no idea what they're singing about. And they kind of sing in metaphors, which might be more deep, but I don't think so. I think country music can be equally or even more as deep with specific details. But anyways, this song is actually pretty abstract for a country song. There's no specific details showing you what's going on, I think it's about the narrator kind of singing a list, like a letter of advice to himself. It could be to himself, a younger version of himself, or singing to like someone else who is probably also a man, because he says running man. What I found interesting about this song is that there's a lot of vehicles of transportation. There's a van, there's running, so I guess that is the most primitive form of transportation. There's a train, there's flying with wings, there's horses, so that's really interesting. So I really get these images of like movement, of running and like going towards a goal in life. And I think it's just like a lot of different words of advice. Maybe, so there was a line that's, next thing you know you're in a van, in an old van. I wonder if that has anything to do with like when his musical career kicked off and he was in a van. So maybe it's not that abstract after all. I don't know. But I don't know if it's like positive or negative either, because it's just like, running man, you don't know where you're going, hold your horses. So it's almost like a word of caution, like slow down. Or it could just be like a word of encouragement, like slow down and enjoy life. I don't know. It's very like biblical. It almost feels like a biblical parable. And what is funny is I actually feel like this sounds a lot like a Christian worship song. The type of music I grew up on, and I think got me into country music. We've reached the final song, which also happens to be my most favorite song on this album, and it's called Evangeline. There's just so many things I love about this song. Where do I even begin? That sounded so fake. Where do I even begin? It's just about love and traveling on the road together. It's about freedom and driving and escape, which is a really common theme in country music and one that I personally really resonate with. I really enjoy how he points out a lot of specific geographic locations. That's something I love about country music. It really gives you a sense of place. Like, we're in America, we're in the American South. The chorus is, ride with me down to Louisiana, roll with me to New Orleans, we'll dip our toes in the Mississippi River, ride with me, Evangeline. I think that's so beautiful. I love how it just paints this picture of all the diverse places that they're going to together, and it's like, it doesn't matter where we're going, just stay with me and we'll be together. I think that's just so beautiful. And I like the opening line a lot. Let's get a little too late crazy tonight. I love that. I like how as it builds up to, I guess you would call it the climax, the chorus at the very end, it's just like so powerful, and you have the female harmony in the back, which I feel like adds this extra layer of sweetness, and it has a very gospel-y vibe, which I do really like. It's kind of this like spiritual religious experience, riding together in their car. And I like how the phrase ride with me, which is repeated over and over, it could be interpreted in two different ways. It could be ride with me in the car, literally, as we drive, but then there's also ride with me in life, in this journey on this road of life together. That's what I really like about this song. It's definitely my favorite on this album, and I'll be listening to it on repeat for days and months and years to come. In conclusion, what I really love about this album is how diverse it is. I feel like there's a song for everything. There's a song about love, and then there's heartbreak, and then there's wild party songs and really chill, relaxing songs. You pretty much cover every tempo in every life situation. And the diversity really showcases Randy Houser's voice. I feel like I realize how versatile his voice is and how powerful he is as a vocalist only through this album. But at the same time, it doesn't feel all over the place. It actually feels really cohesive in its sound. And I don't know if that's just his voice or something about the production, but it feels really complete and comprehensive as an album. And I feel like it just successfully captures the full range of human emotions. And that is like the most beautiful thing you could ask of from a musical record. The end.